Another day, another day. So we're going back again, messing with the Challenger. Before I was messing with the 440 and I took the cam and the lifters out, as you guys seen. I'm not gonna completely disassemble this thing simply because it's not going to the machine shop just yet. And I don't want a whole bunch of rusty parts sitting around my shop. The reason it's not going to the machine shop yet is because I want to do suspension stuff beforehand. Now, what I mean by that, I will completely rebuild the K-member and get that whole thing settled before we put an engine in. There's no point of not doing the front suspension before putting the engine in. So right now I'm actually in the process of trying to figure out how to take this K-member out, but we're about to get this whole thing figured out and get it knocked out. Honestly, first tip I think is to take the shocks off. So here's the top bolt on the shock tower, and there's the other one. It's not really even a shock tower, but sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and remove those. I've sprayed these the last couple of days with PB Blaster because I simply knew I was going to be doing the job soon enough. So it should be good to come off, so we're going to see. Alright, I got those loose. Now it's time to get the upper control arm bolts off. And I believe I read that that was a 3/4. So let me try to go grab that now. Alright, so I loosened up both of the control arm bolts, and now I think it's time to get the well, I was about to say contortion. It's now time to get the torsion bars, and first you actually have to loosen them, and it's right next to the lower control arm. On that bottom part there's actually an adjustment bolt. I'm about to show you guys in a second. It's 3/4. I already tested it over there with my wrench. But I'm actually going to grab my impact and some more PB Blaster and take that to it one more time to make sure this thing comes out smooth. After that, there's a little clip on the back that I'm probably going to try to get with my needle nose pliers, and we're going to see if we can take this thing out. All right, so by the end of it, the bolt should be dangling like this. It's actually a lot harder. My threads are pretty rusty, so I actually had to break out the breaker bar and do most of these threads by hand, which actually took a long time. So now it's time to go do the other side. Just so y'all know how rusty those bolts are, yeah, I ended up breaking my adapter on my breaker bar. Alright guys, so yesterday I broke my adapter for my breaker bar and my socket. So now I have a impact one. So, and I also have a cheek pipe. So we're gonna see how this goes. Alright, brace yourself. This thing's probably about to be real loud. Alright, so we ran into yet another issue. Really, it's the same issue. So yeah, I got me a black oxide one, high impact adapter, you know. Good old Harbor Freight icon. Oh, this is what you get. Yeah, so this thing is stuck on here pretty good. It's coming off slowly, but as you see, I'm putting a lot of force on this thing. So I'll get back with y'all whenever this thing is finally out. Alright, so I got both torsion bars loose. I do need to take out the retaining clip on the back, but I also have the 4 bolts that's actually holding in the K-member, and that should be it. Once I do that, I'm gonna hammer out these bolts from the control arm and see if I can try to get this thing to shimmy out. I'm about to go back here real quick and do these little things for the torsion bars. So all right, so now I took the little clips off. As you can kind of tell, there's one of them sitting down there right over here. I took the clips off the back of the torsion bar. So now it is time to undo these 4 bolts. I kind of started on them already. As you can see, this is one of them. My K-member is a bit bent because it looked like this car was wrecked in the past. So right here, I kind of had to hammer it out to get my socket in here. But these are 1 inch and a 16. So one right there, the other one sitting right over here, and there's 2 of them on both sides. So 4 total, and I think that should be all to drop this thing out, but we're gonna see. All right, got them all out. Let's see if this thing comes out now. Oh, come on, man. All right, so issue. The last bolt on the control arm. This is literally the last bolt holding everything in, and it will not come out. It is rusted completely in. Talking about one of these bolts on the other side, and I've been beating on it so damn hard that I actually broke my sledgehammer on it. So everything else is out the window, so this control arm is getting cut. So let's get right to it. Yeah, this shit don't want to work. I'm gonna make it work. Don't want to come out? You gonna come out? There we go. Now let's go ahead, see if this whole thing drops down. There we go. Let's see if the whole thing come down. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Got one side. Come on. Come on. We got it out. Okay, member is down. Man, a lot of hard work right there. Yeah, I took the whole assembly off, so that was kind of cool. As you guys seen, I had to cut this control arm because that thing was literally rusted on there, and I still got to go take it off back here. But yeah, engine bay completely empty. This is going to be a full build, guys. This is actually kind of crazy. Alright, last night was a bit of a struggle, but it is out now. I did have to cut the control arm, and I still have not even got that piece out because, dude, I was so tired last night after doing all this. Yeah, should have been doing it a bit sooner, but now it's finally time to start ordering all the parts. So I would like to go with QA1 with mostly a lot of this stuff. I do have a rebuild kit for like the tie rods and all of that stuff sitting in the car actually. So yeah, I actually have to order shocks, control arms, strut rods, and I actually want to get a new gearbox, steering box while I'm here. Try to get everything out the way, but dude, this thing is going to be expensive. This is like my first Mopar, and this thing is no joke. All right, so it's been a couple days, and right now I have a few parts on order, not all of them. These parts are freaking expensive, so I gotta wait till my next paycheck for the next few. But I got some of them on order, so right now I'm actually about to just tear this down. I do have a kit that I ordered a while back. It has a lot of bushings and tie rod ends and sway bar end links and all types of stuff in there. So I'm gonna see what I can set up on that once I tear some of this stuff off. I see how some of this stuff is working. Things that I'm going to keep as of now, probably, obviously right now, the hubs and the axles right now. I'm actually probably gonna take this assembly, this steering box right here off. I think it's probably gonna be really heavy and too big. I'm gonna see if I can find something a bit lighter or better. And I'm probably like 99% sure, but I think this thing is probably gonna puke fluid as soon as you put something in it. So I'm not using that. This is prime knuckle busting position. Oh boy, hot man, I'm up. Look at my hair, boy. It's almost all out though. A little bit more. Here you go. 4 bolts. We'll get this thing completely separated from everything, and another 4 bolts to just drop this whole thing out completely. I mean, minus the shocks and whatnot. Whew. Man, sweating like it's third quarter right now. All right, so we got the K member separated from the rest of the stuff. I wanted to get it separated so I can actually get this thing sanded down, and I want to put some POR 15 on this thing. So if some of you don't know what POR 15 is, this is a horrible demonstration, but here is the can. This stuff is a rust preventative. It is a enamel, and it is a really strong one, to the point where if you get it on your skin, it's probably gonna take about 2 weeks to come off. So yeah, we're about to get all the rust off of this thing, and I actually might even go over some of the welds on here and make this thing a bit stronger and see what we can do to beef this thing up a little bit. So I got the whole thing pretty much painted and got every little nook and cranny as best as I could. Got a good amount of POR 15 on my hands, so this stuff's probably not gonna come off for like the next 2 weeks or so. But all good. But we're gonna let this thing sit over here overnight and cure, and it should be good by the morning.
One eternity later.
Long time no see. It's honestly been about a month, maybe 2, since I turned on the camera. Now listen, the reason is it takes time to buy parts. I'm a working class citizen, man. I don't got YouTube money, I don't got none of that. You know what I'm saying? So we thugging it out. We just buying parts kind of slow. These parts are very expensive. So e-body Mopar stuff. Now what I am doing, I just took out the old torsion bars right here. Super crusty, nasty, gross. Here are the brand new ones. Now those look like the factory. I don't know the diameter of them, but those are small block Chevy ones, because this had a small block 318 from the factory. I'm assuming they've never been changed. What I have now is the big block spec. This is the 1.03 inch torsion bar. They are 41 inches. They're e-body Mopar length, which is 41 inches. So yes, these look way better. And we also have a K member that we did probably about a month or 2 ago. We're going to be installing that very soon. Now, the sucky part is I don't have the boots or the little clips for these. It didn't come with them for some reason. I thought they were going to, but they didn't. So, gonna do that. Probably try to bolt these in. I ordered the boots already. They're gonna be here in a couple of days, which is really annoying. But those are coming in. I have not rebuilt all the other stuff, but it will be getting taken down soon. But for now, I am about to put the K member back in, and I will assemble all that stuff later. I also ordered brand new camber bolts and stuff for the control arms, and I do have my full kit right here for bushings and everything else. So yeah, it's all coming together. And I also have my shocks over here, Q81 shocks sitting over here, brand new. So yeah, this thing is going to be having some really nice front suspension. And right here is my control arms. I finally got those arms out and the bushings sorta out. So the metal housing for the bushing is still here, but the rubber's out. And I'm contemplating if I should be lazy and like take this whole thing out, or if I should just replace the rubber bushing. Meanwhile, just in case, sorry, my AC is on. Meanwhile, just in case, I have all these parts, the bushings and stuff in the freezer, just in case if I had to try to push them in. Before I do any of that though, these things need to be sanded down, and need to go get some more POR 15 and try to seal these things up. Obviously not in the holes, but try my best, we'll see. And I also actually have the plates to weld on the bottom of them, the stiffeners. I don't have the sway bar tabs for sway bars. Like, these did not come with sway bars, so I'm wondering if I should weld that stuff on now, but I don't know where the tabs will be located on here. I'll have to do some research. All right, just got my caster camber bolts in for the control arms. So
I'm about to try to throw those bad boys in right about now. So we're getting closer to starting to put everything in. I actually got the boots on for the torsion bars, which is way harder than it looks for some reason. And I've actually, let's come out here. I actually welded on the plates for the lower control arms, as you can see. I did a pretty decent job, and now I'm pretty much rattle canning these and just trying to make these look decent now. So we're getting all the parts together, so let's just go ahead and finish this up. Yeah, it's easier to get the bushings in if you freeze them, so that's a little pro tip for you guys. So that's why my bushings look a little damp right now, and these rods are like ice cold. Alright guys, so I'm sitting here trying to put in the lower control arms, and I think I have to take the cross member out first. I don't know if that's the correct way, but I think that's what I'm going to do. It's only 4 bolts holding that thing in. So what I'm actually going to do is unbolt that whole thing, put the lower control arms on the torsion bars, like the end of the torsion bars, and then try to slide them in and get the whole cross member bolted back in. All right, a little struggle later, and I have the lower control arms in. As you can tell, they are connected to the torsion bars and are bolted into the cross member, or sorry, not bolted in, but they are in the spot where they need to be. So I just need to put the bolts on and tighten that thing up. But honestly, next is probably going to be the shocks, and I have to start putting the axles and stuff back on. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, now that I got these 2 things in, I think I'm going to put in my shocks now. I have my shocks and my strut rods right here that I also need to install, so those 2 are about to go in right now. But I haven't even opened up the box for my shocks yet. The box. Nice. And if you guys are wondering, here are the strut rods. So let me go ahead and put these things in as well. So these shocks, as you can tell, are the single adjustable. The double adjustable were really expensive. I mean, these are pretty expensive for the pair too, but from what I have on the Bel Air, I have QA1 coilovers in the front. Those made such a big difference that I believe QA1 is the way to go for the Challenger. All right guys, so some time has passed by. Again, I had to wait for some more parts to come in, but I actually ended up getting the disc brake spindles, which are right here. That is one. Here's actually the old spindle right here. As you can tell, the old one had 2 bolt holes right here and 2 at the top, and this new disc brake spindle has the 2 mounting bolt holes for the lower ball joint, the lower control arm and stuff right here. And then you have these 2 holes right here to mount the caliper. So yes, that is the difference between the 2, and I do have them kinda installed, really just temp installed at the moment, but now we're about to actually now we actually have the right hardware to install it. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. And also we have the rotors sitting in here. Now I bought some 11-inch drilled and slotted rotors to go on here because I do want disc brakes in the front. I'm not really moving ahead of myself, but I just have to get the wheels on the car. I did not order any calipers, so it's just rotors, so I didn't move too far ahead, but I just need to get something so I can get these wheels back on.
Alright, so as you can tell, here's the spindle right here, and here is a brand new wheel bearing, and I guarantee you it will not go past the threads right here, and that is preventing me from getting the rotor tight on there. Alright, so you look, it will not go past those threads. So I'm about to actually take my file to this, and I think it's a machining error. But I'm actually about to take my file to this and take them down on both sides. All right, after a few little swipes, it goes all the way on. So you just gotta take a file to it, just a little bit, not too much, not crazy, but yeah, goes right on. Now I gotta do the other side. All right, now we finally got that little lip off, so now it's time to get this thing back on. Probably about to re-grease the spindle real quick and get to work. This bad boy on the right way, finally, for the final time. Boom. Then gonna grab this bad boy, put it in. Come on, I just had it. It literally just went in. Don't do this. There we go. Oh my gosh. Boom. Look at that. I got rotors. I got rotors. Let's go. Let's go. All right, people. So here is the final product right here. So the suspension is finished and complete. The K member is in all the way down to the rotor, so I can finally put the wheels back on. Now I did have caps right here, little dust caps, and they do not fit. So I gotta get some new caps. But other than that, both sides are done. This side as well is to the exact same point. Everything is in. All the cotter keys are in, and everything is torqued down and it's tight. Yeah, none of this stuff is going anywhere. So yep, all of this is finally done. Man, it actually took me months. It took me months to do this. Now, it was mainly because of just buying stuff, life getting in the way, you know, piecing this stuff together. This stuff takes time. So yeah, the K member is fully restored, brand new torsion bars. These are 1.03 inch torsion bars, and brand new QA1 struts, brand new QA1 shocks, brand new QA1 upper control arms, restored and rebuilt control arm, lower control arms with stiffening plates. Yeah, so this whole thing is done all the way down to the rotors. So, and I cannot be more excited. This thing came out perfect. And yeah, guys, so it was a long time since I have posted a video. I do apologize. This stuff just takes a while, and really in the meantime I had really other stuff. So if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.